Welcome to the Dog Chug, Roger and Ross. How is it going tonight?
A little under the weather, but hanging in there. I don't know what's it down here, but it doesn't feel good.
You are not feeling well?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Need some eucalyptus and some lemon.
I think Miller Lite will do it.
Or Miller Lite, either way. If that
I'm
was
sure that's going to make you feel better.
right. What was I thinking?
Roger, I heard you have a pretty good dead plumber story.
I do. Well, you know what? First of all, I got to tell you that last night, my 13-year-old pitched 3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 9 up, 9 down, struck all 9 of them out. Perfect
game.
Got the W. He came in, down a run. He hit a double, stole third, and scored to tie it. And then he went out on the mound, and he struck 9 out in a row.
Look at you bragging about your son. That's awesome.
It was, I got the hat on that Cuyahoga Falls CFABA, Black Tigers. And then my other son, Jack's doing mentor in the Special Olympics in Nordonia Friday. He's a mentor for the students from the Cuyahoga Falls School District that are participating in events. He's a coach mentor for his peers. So that's exciting. But Andy, the news of the day, I had a good friend of mine just passed away, Wild Bill. Been a plumber for 45, almost 50 years. Wow. Worked for the company I worked for. He worked for him for 25 years. Well, he passed away last week, and today was his funeral. And we were out in Elyria, and our company completely closed down. There were 30 plumbing vans, utility trucks, pickup trucks, plus at least 40 personal vehicles in a line procession. We closed down Elyria and whatever. We went from there to Avon in a procession that was like 4 miles long. Nothing but plumbing trucks. When you go out, it's a dangerous job, Andy. When you go out, we salute you. That's for sure. But it was like the president of plumbing passed away. Wow.
It's amazing. We actually had a plumbing emergency, and I wondered why no one was calling me back. But apparently, they were all at this funeral.
It looked like we were plumbing the entire Lorain County with 30 vans and dump trucks. You should have seen it. It's crazy. So wow. My buddy Wild Bill. He's a great dude. He loved drinking beer. Wild Bill. That's all I got.
Is there I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. Is there any truth to the rumor that he passed while watching the Dog Chug?
No, thankfully. He kept telling me he was going to see it, but he never actually got around to it in the 3 years that we've been doing this. He got promised, but thankfully, because it probably extended, Bill gave him more time. He didn't watch the Dog Chug.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. That's 7 plumbers I buried, Andy.
Wow. You're outliving them all. And Ross, thank you for braving your health to be here. We really appreciate it. It'll be a lighter day of talking for Ross since he isn't his throat's bothering him. So Roger and I will carry the show. So if you're not a fan of me and Roger, you should probably tune out now. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna just jump right into the Dog Chug update. We didn't have a terrible game, Guardians getting destroyed minutes before the show, the Cavs getting eliminated minutes before the show. But Cleveland sports certainly aren't good, and we need to cheer ourselves up. So let's go with some good Dog Chug updates.
Nice.
Roger, I think we're going to start with you.
All right. There's apologies in advance for the Ed joke. General manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers during an appearance on Sirius XM NFL radio said that he's been blown away with Baker Mayfield. Sounds like someone's been meeting Baker at the Cheesecake Factory. Hey, now.
That was an Ed joke. Well done. All right. After hearing the news that Matt Ariza was exonerated due to not being present when the terrible situation unfolded at a San Diego State party, Deshaun Watson actually called his lawyer to ask if he could get out of paying those annoying cash settlements with the remaining 2 accusers by claiming he wasn't present. Well, Rusty Hardin responded, the bad news is that you were present, so unfortunately you're still going to have to pay. But the good news is we just got confirmation the Browns are going to pay for your 2022 season. So Watson was stunned. He's like, wait, there's a question if the Browns are going to pay me? And Rusty responded, well, similar to the Reza situation, for the 6 games you came back after the suspension, the Cleveland Browns claimed you weren't present on the field.
All right, in baseball news, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Detroit Tigers today, 5-0. They managed to score only 4 runs in the entire series. Fans are frustrated with the lack of production at the plate and beginning to wonder if the hitting coach, Chris Felt, I should have looked his name up on Google, studied the art of teaching hitting from watching sock puppet bits on the dog chug.
Wow, that's a good one. Well done. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb introduced legislation Monday night that would attempt to modernize Cleveland parking, including raising the fee to park in the Muni lot for Browns games from $30 to $70. Now, if this comes to pass, the dog chug foresees thousands of hardworking Clevelanders bitching, complaining, and swearing off ever stepping foot at a Cleveland tailgate again. But then by September for the home opener, the Muni lot will be just as full as ever because for most of us, drinking a couple beers and eating some great food before we watch a shitty football game is the only good thing we have left. Seriously, though, the dog chug says, fuck you to the Bibb administration.
Fuck you. The Pittsburgh Steelers moved up in the draft, and they took an offensive tackle, Broderick Jones. When asked about it, GM Omar Khan said, we just felt like he was a Steeler. When to expand a little on what he meant, he said, you put the puzzle together to find out who these kids are, and for us, it's the little things. He had barbecue sauce on his shirt. We heard he had his seat reclined and his shoes off the entire flight to Indy. He didn't wash his hands or flush after taking a number 2. And when he opened his mouth, the stench from his breath smelled like someone was cooking cow intestines. And as I sat gagging back stomach vial in my throat, that's when I knew we had to do whatever it takes to get this guy to Pittsburgh. What's wrong, Eddie?
Oh, sorry. All right. The NFL releases their schedule tomorrow during prime time, and we encourage you to check out the great Network 216 live stream to hear their instant analysis, season predictions, and most of all, 4 nerds bitching about not getting enough primetime games. All right. So now one of Roger's top 10s.
Oh, we're doing the top 10. All right. You had it at the bottom of the dock. I missed that one. I need a new secretary. Andy, what we got? We got the top 10 reasons the Cleveland Browns do not get primetime games. And here we go. Number 10 is the Cleveland Browns Stadium, unfortunately, is located hundreds of miles from LA or Vegas. That could be a problem. Number 9, one of the Haslam rebate victims was the hauling company that hauls for NBC Sunday Night Football. You don't mess with truckers. Number 8, the Browns mascot Chomps bit Chris Collinsworth.
Oh,
yeah. Good. Number 7, JW sent a screenshot of his ass to Roger Goodell when the Browns signed Watson. Number 6, Joe Buck refuses to come back to Cleveland after a maid in Cleveland hotel thought his toupee was some giant orange yellowish desert spider and flushed it. Number 5, Baker Mayfield. Number 4, well, we got a new number 4. This is from Ed in Columbus. Because of the giant potholes that swallow up cars at night. Number 3, too many belligerent fans from the Muni lot appear in the broadcast. Yeah, you've seen that. Yeah, that's number 2, because the NFL is run by a bunch of fascists and commie bastards. And the number 1 reason the Cleveland Browns do not get primetime games, no cheerleaders.
Oh.
I'm Roger, first in Cuyahoga Falls, and you're not.
But we've got the people that wave the flags.
Wave the what?
The people that run up the field with the flags when we score a touchdown. I saw it happen like twice.
Andy, that's comes from the internet. We take a poll. I don't come up with those.
Wow. Well, that was well done, Roger. You had me cracking up.
Right.
All right. Let's see where we're at. I think we're ready to bring on our fantastic guest. Roger, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about who we have on tonight?
You what? We're missing Ross. I need Ross.
We are missing Ross.
We got
What's up?
Anthony coming
I
on
have
tonight.
just enough voice to talk.
I asked you, Roger, why don't you introduce our guest? Tell everyone about who we're having on tonight.
No, all right. I was going through the doc. I was trying to catch up. I saw a post by Sir Yacht, and he was saying, hey, man, give this guy Anthony some follows. So, I followed him and I retweeted it. People started following him. And I was like, hey, man, you want to get to know people? Come join us on Dog Chug. He's a collector of sports memorabilia. I saw a picture on his, he's got the long sleeve sweater, the Jim Brown sweater, the long sleeve jersey. And he's a huge Browns fan. What did he just say? He just come from Portland?
Yes.
Yeah. And he's living in Cleveland, living the dream in Cleveland as a Browns fan. And let's bring Anthony in, man.
All right. Anthony,
Hey.
welcome to the Dog Chug.
Hey,
Anthony.
cheers. Thank you, guys.
Choice and drink. Dog Chug approves.
Honored to be here. Thank you guys so much.
So you've made the move from Portland to Cleveland. When did that happen?
Happened in October.
Oh my gosh.
Shortly
Oh,
before
okay.
Halloween. So not even a week after I got here, I was at the Halloween game against the Bengals in the dog
Wow.
pound. So
Nice.
it was
That was,
great.
that was a good one. That was.
Oh,
the
it
good
was.
Wow.
one. Had you ever lived in Cleveland before, or is this your first time?
Nope, just my first time. I'd come out here for a vacation prior to just to come watch the Browns. Got to explore the city. Fell in love and
Oh,
just
that's
decided
awesome.
to move out here. So
How does
been
one
great.
become a Browns fan living in Portland, Oregon?
Everyone's a little bit different. I'd say majority of the Browns fans in Oregon are probably raised or somehow associated with Ohio. My fandom came from playing Tecmo Bowl. Didn't know. I just always played with my brother, always picked the Browns. Around 99, when the Browns came back, I was finally at the age where I could watch football
Hell
without
yeah.
having to ask a lot of questions. The Browns were coming back, and I just
Like
say, hey, I
good
remember liking that team, and I've been on board since, man. Tim Couch, Kevin Johnson, that great
KJ.
standing team of 99. Ty Detmer, all those guys, yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you to Tecmo Bowl for bringing a good one over to Cleveland.
That's,
awesome.
man.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have heart, man. You live all the way in Portland, and there's 31 other NFL teams, or probably 28 other NFL teams between you and Cleveland that you could have picked. And you picked the Browns. You know what I mean? And to be a Browns fan, we sit here, we suffer. It's like we got no choice, man. We live here, we're from here, and like somebody in Portland just latching on the Browns is a beautiful thing to me, man.
It is
That shows heart. That's heart.
Oh,
I gotta ask,
100%.
buddy, when did you learn American geography? Because to think there's 28 teams between Portland and Cleveland, I think you're a little off.
Got the whole East
Yeah.
Coast. You got Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I just meant it from there to there. There's I don't know how many.
Hey, settle down. He's a plumber, okay?
Again,
more
with the,
people
we
that
got
history know than yours anyway, Andy.
Oh, yeah. It's especially interesting because when I was growing up, we didn't really have Sunday ticket. So for me to even follow the Browns, I had to watch the little box score, whether it was on the top right screen on CBS or if it was on the little bottom scroll. And I would hope that I would get a minute and a half of Browns highlights watching the ESPN, Chris Berman and Tom Jackson, if I'm remembering his name correctly. Yeah, no, they were just my team, man. And, growing up, I was always it was the Seahawks that were always on TV, the Niners, Broncos, Raiders, sometimes the Chargers. But I just couldn't root for any other team but the Browns. I just, for some reason, I'll just latch onto the Browns and get stuck with them through all the hard times.
When Hugh Jackson is just so bad and they bring him back for year 3 after we didn't win a game, was there ever a point you're like, I might have to give up here? I might have picked the wrong team. All right.
Never. It was very hard to watch, man. I remember watching that 0-16 game, man. Deshaun Kaiser throws the pass, goes through Corey Coleman's hands, and that was a sad day. Just like the wild card loss to the Steelers in 0-2 or 3 when we had that big lead going into the second half. XFL quarterback Tommy Maddox comes back on us. I mean, there's been some dark days, but I know one day we're going to turn it all around and win. It'll all be worth it. So
the Cleveland Brown Pittsburgh Steelers game where you just mentioned we sealed the 0-16 fate. I had just learned, earlier that morning that my wife was finally pregnant and we were going to have our little girl Krista. It's such a happy day, and then I was just so pissed off after a few hours later.
Oh yeah,
A great neutralizer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one. I mean, because my whole life, everyone's just, oh, the Browns suck. The Browns suck. They're never going to win a game. And then the reality of like, crap, we really went 0-16, and it's going to be a long off season. And I just, wearing your Browns gear, people are just like, hey, I'm sorry, man, but I got a lot of free drinks at the bar, so you got to find the positives and all that.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so now you've got a huge vintage T-shirt collection. You share a lot of that on Twitter. What inspired you to start collecting, and how long have you been collecting?
I just love that old 90s fashion. Started off really with the jackets, those old puffer jackets, the starters, the logo athletics. And then from jackets, I went to shirts. And then I was like, you know what? I need to get as many jerseys as possible. So got into the jerseys. I dipped into the sports cards a little bit as well. Yeah, just really anything, man. I mean, if I can find certified autographs, I just try to get a little, couple things each month just to add to the collection. I'm running out of closet space, but it won't stop me. If I have to get like a storage unit, then that's what I'm happy to
how
do.
big is your closet?
Not big enough. Not big enough. It's just all over the place right now. It's stacked. I have a whole duffel bag of just all my brown colored jerseys, like all the home jerseys. It's just packed to the rim, and still got more stuff coming on the way.
What's
If you
the
had to
most
wear-
random? What's the most random Browns jersey you have? You'd say by player.
Good question.
Ooh, probably Ty Detmer. Yeah, probably Ty Detmer. There's one I have my eye on right now. I'm not gonna release it though, but once it comes in the mail though, all Twitter will know.
Yeah,
about
so
it.
I got a pretty random one. 2 years ago, I really wanted to get those orange ones that they wore for a couple seasons, but I wanted the legit one. So I scrolled eBay and I found a team issued orange one. So it's like made for pads and everything.
Nice.
It costs a little bit of money, but not a crazy amount. So it's stitched and everything. It's Jamel White. He was like a backup running back.
I remember number 30. I remember
Jamel White.
Jamel White.
Jamel White
Yep.
team issued orange jersey because the orange ones they made for fans they look pretty bad, but the ones that were authentic look legit.
I agree. I've been on the hunt for a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar jersey. Like
How about a
original.
Shiverini? I'd like to get a Darren
Oh, Darren
Shiverini.
Shiverini.
jersey,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
If I could find one of those, I'd wear a Shiverini just because.
You know what? There is one, Roger. I'm actually going to send you the link to. I'm going to send you the link when we're done with this. I'm not going to tell the world where to get these things from, but there's a Darren Shiverini jersey out. It's too big for me, but I'll send it over to you though, man.
All right, if you had to wear one T-shirt for the rest of your life, which one
There
would
you
it
go.
be?
Oh, I have a really nice Magic Johnson tees. Old early 90s brand. It's an all over print. Kind of looks like a little coloring book kind of style. I rarely wear it because I love it that much. I'm so afraid of getting any stain, any stitching. It's my favorite brown shirt of all time.
No barbecue sauce on it.
Absolutely nothing.
I like
I'm
that,
so.
Steelers pump.
Hey Roger, you got to grab that Snoopy shirt.
Oh,
And show
Oh,
them
I do
that
got
one.
the Snoopy. Yeah, I got the Snoopy shirt for sure.
you got the Hawaiian. Ross bought me a Hawaiian Snoopy. I'll get it.
It's not a Hawaiian one. It's like mine's. I think it's from like an early '80s, real small fit. I just have it for collection purposes, but it's a nice one. Got out in Portland for like $20. It was a good little deal, so
Nice.
had to take it.
So Anthony was going to, before the show, talked about how he was going to get some 40s for the show or get a 40. I went looking for 40s. I struck out. Anthony, you said you struck out, but I still wanted to like have a little bit of fun tonight. So I couldn't find 40s, but I did find these
Tall.
Okay, you got the tall boys. Okay.
small boys. And then, so what I want you to do is pick out two of these. And then this looked awful. Neon burst. Wait, what is it? Great blowout. And then I have Mike's hard black cherry. So I want you to pick two of those, and I'm going to attempt to tape them to my hands, and Edward 40 hands it up during the
Oh
show.
man.
So which two would you like me to use?
Oh man. Whichever ones will go down the easiest for you, man. I'm not here to put you through no pain.
All right, Ross. You know what? Let's hold on. I got this. Sherry, we're putting
there
you on
we
the
go.
spot.
Hey, Sherry.
Anthony couldn't pick out two, so now you have to pick out two.
Okay, the grape looked utterly disgusting, so I'm picking the grape.
There it is.
And for symmetry, you got to do the other fruity one.
Ugh. This is like these are both 8%, and
I agree.
they're yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be
I mean, those other 2 beers are solid. I'm going for the gross factor.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that one for you, man.
Well,
I
you're
was trying-
nice. You're nice.
Fair.
I mean, he brought it on himself. If he didn't want the disgusting grape one, he could have kept that in the way back fridge.
Very, very valid.
Well, yeah. You know, we got to make this a great show, so I got to step it up.
Right. And at least if you vomit, it'll be purple.
Always those sugary drinks you got to beware of, though.
Okay, so I got to do.
Oh, look at Dapper Roger. Stand up. Do a spin. Do a spin. Stand
Oh,
up.
that's a nice one, dude.
That was a gift.
tape this very well. You know, I
You
gotta
get
put
one
them
of
right
these
there.
in your collection. That's when you're.
I have no Browns and wine shirts, so I'm lacking real hard right now.
Like I said,
we're going to send you a couple.
Goodwill.
Hey, that sounds perfect.
I just washed and had it pressed for next Saturday at the tailgate thing.
Oh, I forgot that's coming up rapidly.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Next week.
Explain, Roger, what that is for all.
It's in Berea. Why don't you? Do you know, Sherry? You probably know better than me. I know it's a tailgate in Berea.
Yeah, this year's slightly different. It's like a big potluck. So, and I think there'll be some grilling going on. I'm not sure if
It's
cornhole
for
has been-
adopting.
Yeah,
it's for
city
the
dog.
dogs adoption to help adopt dogs in
from
the
city dog.
West. Yeah, the West
Yeah,
Summit,
so
West
Top-
Third
Top-
Summit Muni
Top Dog
Lot. Yeah.
Tailgate is hosting a
Yeah.
summer tailgate event at the Berea. What's the location called?
Something
exactly?
lodge.
It's,
There's lodge,
Park in
right?
Berea, but they're raising money for city dogs. It's a good cause.
And they have they'll have adoptable dogs out there too, which is fun.
You
I'll have to check that out. Let's, send the
I'll
location
watch
for that.
it. There we go, right here. We'll know more about the tailgate next Wednesday when our guest comes on. We're gonna have a guest. Oh my goodness, look at him.
Wow, I thought you were going to call your daughter in for the assist.
Yeah, we're not going to tell her about that. Or my wife.
Wow. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I can only applaud you right now. You pulled out the Edward. It's not the 40 hands, but it's close enough, though.
It's sort of like grape diarrhea. It's good.
Well, now you know what you got to look forward to tomorrow.
When Roger was describing Broderick Jones's breath, it's kind of what I get some flavors of Broderick Jones's breath in here.
Man.
What? It's like Andy strapping a bomb to himself in a bank.
Ed in Columbus just posted something we should put up, but I couldn't. I don't have hands. So.
He's taped to his booze. Tonight he's going girl drink drunk.
I don't know. I don't know what Ed's talking about.
We're taking
Yeah,
hostages.
the most beautiful tweet ever. See, Ed listened to our ex-president on CNN today, so now he's talking like him.
Oh no.
Can't mention Watson or the Cubs will attack. Make Watson great again. Ooh, okay, you can get rid of that. Don't worry, everyone. That'll be the only Ed in Columbus you have to deal with tonight. Who, by the way, like our great guest, also loves everything about the 90s.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was
We should have a 90s competition against Anthony and Ed. That would be interesting.
Oh, I'd be down. I think Ed and I follow each other. Yeah, he has some entertaining tweets for sure. He's good follow for sure.
I mean, he has his moments.
Well, yeah, he has his moments.
Well, he just complimented Ed, so Ed's gonna keep watching.
I love Ed. Me and Ed are going to do a Saturday late night, midnight podcast. We're just going to talk, man. Me and Ed are going to fix everything. One of these days, we're going to do a Saturday night, midnight podcast and just fix it all.
Hell yeah.
Ed just heard you compliment him, and he said Anthony's good people. If you pay Ed a
Cheers to that.
compliment, he'll like it back. Okay. So I'm going to try and do this with no hands, but I probably should have. Maybe we should do this bit after. We're going to do that. We're going to move right on to spit, sip, chug.
All right. Need help?
Can you get the tape off, Andy?
No, I can't take the tape off till I finish one of these. And unfortunately, This is really gross.
Do you need
Man,
me to
You
read
didn't-
off the statements for you?
No, I got it. Okay.
When
I'm
you're in your planning stages, you didn't get this far into it, did you? You just got to the tape part.
We keep it fast and loose on the Dog Jug. That's why it's such a quality show. All right, so Anthony, I'm going to make a statement, and we're all going to go around the horn. And if you agree with the statement that I make, you're going to chug. If you disagree, you're going to spit. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you're going to sip. And
All right.
explain why. So we'll start with statement number 1. Stefanski and AB are on the 4th year of their 5-year contracts. By this time next season, so May 10th of next year, they will have received contract extensions from the Browns. Roger, we're going to start with you.
What's the rule? Am I allowed to sip again?
Well, I would prefer you don't.
Okay.
This is America. You can do whatever you want.
It is saying that they have received by this time next. I'm chugging.
Ooh.
I've been on AB and especially Dee Podesta since she was here with Sashi Brown. I believed in what they did when they tore it all down. I think Dorsey, the interjection of Dorsey into the plan, set it way back. And I think Andrew Berry did what he had to do to fix it. And I expect him to win. But I think they're both big. And Dee Podesta is going to get more money to everybody. I think the Browns are going to win this year. I'm
Okay.
chugging.
All right. Love it. Anthony.
I'm about to sip for this one.
Uh-oh.
I believe in Stefanski. I believe in Barry. I think Haslam's. I just think they're on a short leash this year. I do think they should get at least 2 seasons with a full off season with Deshaun and a full season with him. I just feel like we don't at least hit the AFC comp. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling Haslam's not going to be too patient with them after this year. 4 years is a long time for an NFL coach nowadays, and I think the fans, as we know as Browns fans, we're not going to give them a long leash either. I'm willing to give them a leash past this season, but I think the expectations with the money that Deshaun got with getting Elijah Moore, like if we don't at least get 1 game away from the Super Bowl, I'm afraid Haslam is going to axe them both. If not one of them, both of them. That's just my feeling. I hope they stay though. Let me just put that on record. I hope they keep him though, because we should get at least 2 full seasons with Stefanski at the head with Deshaun at quarterback. Give me at least 2 seasons, me personally.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Sherry.
I'm going to sip because Anthony put it so eloquently. There's no way I could follow that, but I'm on the same page as Anthony, so I'm going to sip.
You got to, Andy's loose. Edward Deerhands.
Grape is down. I'm gonna
Oh,
go
he killed the grape.
Yes. Oh boy, I'm sure that was delicious.
Oh, so delicious. Like
That was-
watching the Dog Jug on repeat.
That was daring.
I'm trying to cut this. Okay. Ross, why don't you go? I attempt to cut this off.
All right, I'm gonna pull a Roger and sip. Mainly, I think Andrew Berry's gonna get an extension, but I'm not so sure about Stefanski. I think the league knows how good Andrew Berry is. They keep plucking talent from our front office, and he's shown a certain kind of consistency with the way he manages the cap and who he extends. He extends all the good players. He keeps the decent ones. He finds some hidden gems, more in free agency than the draft, I suppose. But he's got a clear system that works. But if you have all this talent, and I think I said it last week, I chugged on us having the top. This is our best, most talented roster we've had since '99. I chugged on it. And if your coach doesn't make the playoffs with this roster, he's gone. He's not getting an extension.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great analysis, Ross.
All right.
I'm coming to Ross
I-
for all my football shit from now on.
I'm like 99%
Awesome.
confident that Andrew Berry is just an excellent GM and is doing a fantastic job. Like Ross said, the league keeps plucking talent from us. He's killing it. I know we haven't had the success yet, but I think he's putting us in a great position. I am still very confident that Kevin Stefanski is the right guy for this team, but we haven't seen it We had some issues. I still think they're going to kill it this year. I think they're going to exceed expectations. So I do believe they will be extended. But wouldn't be completely surprised if Kevin Stefanski proves that he's not the right guy. So I'm still going to chug, but I'm not 100% confident. Okay, statement number 2. And Anthony, we're going to start with you. Tomorrow, when the NFL schedule gets released, the Browns will get 3 or more primetime games in their schedule.
I'm gonna spit. Excuse me. I think there's still too much hate on our QB1. I think a lot of networks, a lot of advertisers are going to be against it. I think we get at least 2. I think 3 is kind of stretching it, though. Despite all of our talent, I can't see us getting 3 right now. That's just me.
All right. Sherry.
No way 3. I'm going to spit on that one. You guys ready? Get the tarps out. Okay.
Your best spit yet.
Thank you.
That was for a chuggy.
That's amazing. Okay, well, we're going to keep this spit parade going. I do believe, though, that the NFL is going to give us a couple opportunities later in the season to flex in if we're having a good season. I don't think it's as much the Watson concern. I feel like you're not seeing a daily hate mail on Deshaun Watson and things he did. I think things have kind of settled down, so it's not so much that. It's just the NFL doesn't have a lot of confidence in who the Browns are going to be next year. So I think we'll get 2, and then if my other prediction was right and we have a great season next year, I think we'll end up with 3 or maybe even 4. Ross.
All right, let's make it a clean sweep. I guess we have Roger left, but we'll see. No, we're not getting that. They don't want Deshaun Watson on prime time. Plus, the AFC is so loaded. Like, all these quarterbacks that are so good are going to get the slots. Heck, the Jets are going to get more just for having Aaron Rodgers. So we're screwed. We're probably going to be that team that gets screwed over. They made that rule that you could have 2 Thursday night football games this year. We're going to be that team that gets effed over, and we have 2 Thursday night games,
And that's
not around a bye week, and it's going to screw our season over.
Maybe it'll be 2 consecutive Thursday night games, so we'll actually get a week in between. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right, Roger.
I am spitting.
I saw that spit.
Yeah, it was like I had an ice cube in my mouth, but it melted as we went through Ross's. The whole time Ross was talking, the ice cube melted. The only team that the NFL seems to hate more than the Cleveland Browns is the Jacksonville Jaguars because they're sticking them in London for 3 weeks or whatever it is. Man, we're not getting more. They can give us 0, right? Or do they have to give you 1?
I don't think they have to give you one.
They have to give you
I
any.
don't think so.
Maybe we'll get lucky and pull a Monday night game. But now they even have a better broadcast crew and a better production. Monday night was kind of like the dog of the 3. And who knows? I think we'll get 1 if we get any.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Roger, let's make a little friendly bet here then. I'll go more than 1, and you can go 1 or less.
Okay.
And what do we do? What does the loser have to do?
I walked into this, didn't I? You make it up. I don't
How
know.
about the coffee and mayonnaise thing that Jacob?
No, I gave up coffee. I told you I haven't drank coffee in over a month. I feel 1,000.
Right, how about Fireball? A shot of Fireball? No, 3 shots of Fireball with mayonnaise in it.
That's awesome.
All right, 3 shots of Fireball in a glass with 1 shot of mayonnaise.
So like 1 ounce of mayonnaise?
You're not getting me to do 3 shots.
Come on, man.
How about a shot of Fireball with mayonnaise and a chug?
All right. How about this? You put a shot of Fireball in your beer with a shot of mayonnaise.
And chug the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Like a Boilermaker with mayonnaise.
Yeah, boiler. Yeah, a
By
farmer
the way,
Baylor.
Like mayonnaise might be the most disgusting thing. I hate mayonnaise. So I'm putting this on the line knowing that
Oh,
like,
okay. So I don't.
it's probably going to make me vomit.
I put French fries in mayo, man. You fucking
All right. Well,
Holland.
now we have additional excitement for tomorrow's draft release.
You're on. I'll bet. This is the first time we ever bet against each other in 3 years almost.
Let's do it. It's going to be awesome.
All right.
Okay.
What's the bet again? What are we betting on?
That there'll be one.
I forgot already.
Prime time.
Will there be
Prime
one
time.
primetime game or more than one?
Oh, primetime game. All right. Oh, we got to do this. Will be payable next week.
Yeah, we're going to find out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tune in next week because the loser will be doing the shot live on the Dog Show.
Oh.
Correct.
Okay. Statement number 3, Sherry, we're going to start with you.
Yes.
Similar to the Cavs, if the Browns make the playoffs and lose the opening game against, like, let's say the Chiefs or the Bills as a 7-point dog, it's not like I phrased this poorly. It's not sort of like the Cavs season. What I'm asking is if the Browns kind of have an up and down season where we sneak into the playoffs, unlike the Cavs, because the Cavs kind of kicked ass all year till we got there. But let's say the Browns sneak in and then we lose the opening game of the playoffs to like a much better team or like a 7-point dog. Is this season still a success? No, this season is a success. I'm not asking a question, I'm making a statement. Sorry for making that so confusing.
That was
A little bit of alcohol.
we took the long road on that question.
That's right.
Wow.
Hey, you were the one that made me drink the higher proof drink. So, you better
There
lay
was
in.
a method to the madness.
I want to change the bet.
What? Change the bet.
No.
I'm going to forget the question.
You
All right.
talked me out of it.
The Browns sneak into the playoffs and lose game 1. Is that still a successful season? No,
Yes.
still a successful season.
Wait, I'm going to chug on that.
It is. So she's
It is a
agreed.
successful season. Yeah.
And why?
Because I'm just going with the overall number of wins.
Okay. I love it. I am going to actually go
Disagree.
against you on this one. I'm spitting. And honestly, I don't even care if we make the playoffs or not make the playoffs. I just want this team to be playing like at an elite level consistently. I think we're going to make the playoffs. I think we're going to play well, and everything's going to take care of itself. But regardless of the postseason results, I just want to see this team get its act together and play pretty well on a weekly basis. If they do that, I'm going to be so pumped for the future. If they come under that threshold, I'm going to start questioning, if we have the right people in place. Ross.
Well, I guess I'm going to join you in spitting. We got Watson. We're paying him elite quarterback money, and he's going to have an elite offensive line. He has an elite running back. The roster's loaded. You got to get past the wild card round. Like, absolutely.
Okay. Roger.
It's been a month, and I can't help it, but I'm sipping. Yeah, there you go.
Excuse me.
Blame Sherry.
I'm
Okay,
sipping.
Roger, I apologize.
I'm sipping because right now I've been talking with Hiram and Shenanigans a lot lately, so I'm angry with the Browns. Hanging out with those guys, you get angry at the Browns. And right now I demand a division championship and nothing short of an AFC championship appearance as a successful season. But I know, and we're going to ramp up starting next week with tailgate, and then we're all going to meet out at training camp, or we're going to do our thing out there. And by the time we roll to December and we're on the brink of making the playoffs and we sneak in, I know I'm going to be reciting Nick Carr fucking poems and attacking Steeler fans on Twitter, and I'll be right in on the bandwagon. So I'm sipping on that one. How about that?
Oh, I'm disappointed to see you sipping.
I know. I let you down.
I gotta join you, gentlemen. That was a good one. I'm gonna join you, gentlemen, with the spit though.
Uh-oh.
Just like my man Ross said, Deshaun Watson with all that money, all the upgrades that we did with free agency, with the draft, the strength of schedule, I think we probably have it more on the easier side, more than like the more on the tougher side. If we don't make it to at least the AFC Championship or not, I won't find it successful. Although I do enjoy seeing progress, the fact that we are paying all this money, we have to make it to the AFC Championship or nothing. That's going to be success if we make it to the championship game at least. But Super Bowl, obviously, but this year, AFC Championship or it's not a success in my mind. So
All
I'm
right.
at the spit.
All right. Fair enough.
Anthony said, Cleveland Browns, if you're listening, we got to make it to the AFC Championship, and hopefully you win that game, and then you win the next one. That's what we're
Exactly.
looking for, the dog chuck. Okay, I completed my little Edward whatever hand, but oh my God, that's I think that's like 8 beers in about 20 minutes. So just know that in the next 10
This is
minutes,
gonna be fun.
I'm going to get Dan essentially. You saw me portraying Dan. Now I'm actually going to become him. All right.
Wow.
Statement number 4. I think I'm going to start this one. It's time to be concerned about the Cleveland Guardians. And Anthony, I'm sorry. Are you a Guardians fan too, or is it just the Browns? I'm sure you have your own.
I do like the Guardians. I'm not as crazy about baseball, but I've been keeping up. I live right across the stadium, so I'll definitely partake in this one for
Nice.
sure.
All right. Okay. It's time to be concerned. You know what? So like we all, anyone that has been following this team since we got Tito knows that they just kind of play under their level up until about mid-May, June. And then they get their act together and they dominate the league. So we're right exactly where you would expect to be. So that's a long way to say, like, I'm conditioned to say that I'm not concerned. However, I am a little concerned. So, yeah, I'm going to freak out like everyone else. However, I know that I just need to calm down and continue watching them because things are going to get better. So I know I'm wrong, but I'm just being honest. I'm a little concerned, so I'm chugging.
All right, I'm going to spit. Because the season's long and there's nothing else to do except look forward to them winning more. So I'm not going to be concerned because that would not be fun. The beauty of baseball is there's so many damn games that you could suck and still have hope. And I'm going to stick with riding the coattails of hope.
Yep.
All right. Roger.
I'm spitting. Russ, I'll tell you, baseball's hard. It's May. You know what? I'll tell you what. Go on to Network 216. Look back. Yesterday came out. Jacob and I were living the guard's life, and I explained why you shouldn't be worried. Everything's beautiful right now. How about that? There's a plug for our show. Living the guard life.
It's part of the Network 216 network. So we're all family here. So you're promoting, some
plugging Network 216, Living the Guard Life comes out Tuesday afternoon.
Go check it out. It's great.
Roger's Guardians Empire.
Roger sometimes reads, and it's really funny when he can't read properly. So everyone go check it out.
All right, Anthony, you're up.
It's not fair.
All right, I'll sip to it. Baseball's a very long season, just like Ross has said.
Anthony knows.
Oh, I know for sure. It's a very long season, just like Ross has said. You can be really cold for a long stretch, pick it up really late, maybe get into the wild card. Baseball is very much a stretch, but it's also very up and down. There's a lot of talent on the Guardians. The pitching's kind of been a little concerning from what I've been able to watch, but the season's still very young and things can turn around real quickly. But I'm saying go Guardians this whole season. So
go Guardians.
I'm keeping the faith.
And Mick, the dog says he hopes we play the Raptors for the home season opener. I would love that. Let's do it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Hey, the Browns always play Baltimore tough, and they always play us tough. It's always a great game. I love playing games against Baltimore. Sherry, what do you think about this one? Is it time to be concerned about the Cleveland Guardians?
I don't really know a lot about baseball. I'm going to defer to Roger and
There you go.
And
Can't go
whatever
wrong
Roger
there.
said, wait, did he spit?
I think he spit because he's saying it's a long season. We got plenty
Right.
to get this together.
There you go.
Agreed. So I have to spit again?
There were 2 games.
Okay.
The Cleveland
Hold on,
Guardians,
Roger. Let's all focus as she spits.
right? The Cleveland
Getting
Guardians.
close, guys.
Oh,
I just gave my dog a bath.
oh. The
Right.
Guardians ended last year to start June. There were 2 games below 500 at the end of May last year. Like Andy, you hit it. You said that by June they kick it into gear. They're contact hitters, and if you're contact, you just keep making contact. The ball's going to find holes. The hitters are going to hit.
I heard that's how you get hits.
Yes, that's swing the bat.
You make contact. That's step 1.
Swing the bat, and make contact.
What about if they're wearing the tight pants, Roger? What happens?
It's so simple. It's hard.
Okay, let's move on
All
to
right.
statement number 5. Ross, we're going to start with you. In honor of Anthony and his collection of vintage T-shirts featuring Looney Tune characters, Pepe Le Pew deserved to be canceled.
Oh, I'm gonna spit on it. I mean,
Man,
he didn't deserve to be canceled. What are you gonna do with his old? When's the last time Pepe Le Pew showed up on anything new? Like, what are you canceling?
They canceled him from being in Space Jam 2, apparently.
That's racist, is what that is.
Yeah, you can make modern Pepe Le Pew who isn't as creepy and weird.
Thank
You,
you.
you don't have to cancel him.
All right,
It's
so
ridiculous. And he has a great 3-point shot.
all right, Ross, Roger, what say you on this one?
No, abs. I'm spitting. I used to go to Grateful Dead shows, eat acid, and wear tie-dye shirts so I can hang out with girls that don't shave their legs. Hey, if he's got to paint a stripe down his, down to Matt to be with the girl.
Roger, where are we?
I'm not making fun of hippies. Hey, if he's got to, pretend that he's a cat, then, God bless him.
oh man.
Anthony, you know the most about Looney Tunes, I would imagine. So,
You know what? For this one, I grew up watching Pepe Le Pew, but Dave Chappelle completely ruined him for me when he did his San Francisco stand-up. So I'm at the chug, man. I will never look at him the same ever again. So I'm gonna chug for that one.
all right, Sherry.
Okay. I would be against canceling him because I don't look at a character that was developed in the 20th century with a 21st century lens. It's just not right. So, no canceling the skunk.
Yeah.
So what
All
do
right,
I do? Spit again?
On that. Yeah, it sounds like you're spitting.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's spitting.
Are you sneezing? Are you?
Don't worry about it. There's liquid leaving.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Listen, the dog chug is very into being. My god, I'm very drunk. Apologize. We're very into whatever being
Be
sensitive,
inclusive.
tolerant, and appreciating everyone and all that.
All inclusive.
Yeah, we love that. However, cancel culture, when you're canceling a cartoon character, you fucking lost your mind.
Yes.
Well, they canceled Apu on The Simpsons.
Yeah. It's absurd.
That hurt me so much.
Okay, at least canceling a character that is potentially being offensive at a time, I guess somehow rationally I can see that. But Ross made the exact point. There is a way to make Pepe Le Pew still be interesting in the 21st century, in the 21st century lens. You just got to change it up a little. Cancel culture is fucking ridiculous when it gets to this level, and whatever, we got to push back. So the Dog Chug is not a fan of canceling Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, I'm not a fan of it either. I had to give a shout out to Dave Chappelle. His stand-up.
Yeah. Always.
cracking up.
Well,
I never saw it through that lens.
wish
until you brought it up.
I don't know that I'm familiar with his routine on this. I'm gonna have to.
You have homework.
This.
You have homework, Andy.
I love Dave Chappelle, but the point is, I love Looney Tunes, and I'm excited to like watch the old cartoons with my daughter at some point when she's old enough to appreciate them. I don't want to have to like. No, we can't watch this one because he's rapey.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that is Spit Sip Chug with your host Drunk Mitch.
You know what? Honestly, like I remember as a kid, like whenever the Pepe ones come on, you kind of tuned out or maybe flipped to see what Popeye was fucking doing. You know what I mean? Because they weren't really that good. I don't know.
It was kind of the same thing.
It's the same thing, and so was the Coyote, but the Coyote was fucking great. Wile's,
Yeah,
you
Chasing
can
the
blow
Roadrunner.
Wiley up 7,000 different ways, and I'll watch.
Mhm.
But watch your Pepe chase the cat around. You're good one time. You're like, all right, dude, you're creepy.
Mhm. That's it. It's that easy.
All right. We're having a little fun. I don't know if anyone's been aware that the Cleveland Browns have been doing something where they're trying to determine the next logo of the Cleveland Browns. They asked fans to submit a new dog logo, which many fans did. And now we are, I guess, down to the final five, and the Browns are asking everyone to vote of these final five who is going to be the official dog logo of the Cleveland Browns. And we are the Dog Chug, so we're technically named as dog. But I gotta say, those logos. There's one, I guess, that's decent, but they are a little cartoony, and they just don't really represent, in my opinion, this fan base. So the Dog Chug went ahead, and we actually asked our fans to submit some new logos that can be a new logo that the Cleveland Browns can use. That represent our city and can make us all proud and everything, and especially not going to be cartoony. Oh my god! I'm gonna stop talking because I'm very drunk. But we're just going to get to the action here. Sherry and Anthony, if you guys want to, judge each one of these, that'll be fun, I guess. And then at the end, you can pick what you think the official new logo of the Cleveland Browns should be. And
what scale should we use for grading? Regular?
You just pick your favorite.
Okay.
No, I think they can evaluate each one. So why don't you do your acid?
So
scale.
zero being the best,
0 is the best, and
10 being the worst.
yes.
Okay.
Why do we do that? Because 0. Can you explain the rationale?
Because if you need 10 Tums after eating something, that's bad. That's real bad.
So how many Tums do you need to eat in order to grade this?
To alleviate heartburn?
There you go. Okay. And then at the end, you could pick a winner.
Okay.
I'm good. And then tomorrow we're going to tweet this out, and so the fans can pick the next logo of the Cleveland Browns. All right. Okay. And these were submitted to us. We didn't get a chance to see these. We're just posting these, and you're going to get instant feedback. Great. Okay, so here is the first entry to the Dog Chug logo contest for the Cleveland Browns. Let's go. All right, Sherry, how many antacids would you give this one?
That's all 10 right there.
10 antacids. You don't like this one, okay? And why don't you like this?
because I have to pick up enough shit on a regular basis with 2 dogs. Like, I don't want to have to be constantly reminded.
Okay, because I think the author of this was saying that the performance of the Cleveland Browns has been similar to a pile of shit.
Fair.
Disagree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But that is a
Sure.
really big pile of shit, man.
Should we have that at Gate A at Cleveland Brown Stadium? Big.
All right,
As
you're
you're coming down the West Shoreway heading east, and you're around the bend.
Jerry, you're not a fan of this one. Anthony, where are you? Where are you?
Hey Zane, you have amazing Photoshop skills, man. But you're getting a 20 from me, man. That's
Whoa.
what.
Okay.
Hot
Yeah.
damn.
I'll give him props for the Photoshop skills though, because Photoshop skills are good, but as a logo, absolutely not.
All right. Whoever contributed that one, our judges did not like it, but maybe the fans on Twitter will vote tomorrow. We'll find out. Okay.
Shenanigans and his crew will be on that one.
Okay. The second one came in, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but the obesity rate in Cleveland is at 33.2% of Clevelanders. We're actually the 9th most obese metropolitan city in the United States. So with that in mind, here is logo option number 2.
Yeah.
Anthony,
Glizzy. Nice.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like a hot dog with
I think it's a
the
chili
Right,
dog
it's like a
with a lot of
chili.
toppings.
Yeah, man, that's gonna get like a 7 for me, man. If it was like a Reuben or a pierogi, which is like the food everyone in Cleveland said I have to eat now that I live here, you would get a much better score. But for that, yeah, I'm about to give you 7 on that one, dog,
All
for
right.
sure.
Nice. Sherry.
No, I'm getting reflux just looking at that. So I'm gonna have to give it 9. 9
It
and
is
a
a
half.
niner. The
That's a
jalapenos.
The
Nice.
onion, the raw onion, man, it kills.
Okay, let's move to the next slide. Where are you? Okay, this one is I think this one speaks for itself. Yikes.
Look at this one I love. I would wear that shirt.
What's
Just saying. Homage, get on it.
That had to come in from all the Oklahoma, all the boomers.
Oh man, I'm giving that 2 antacids. It's brilliant. I love it.
They didn't even get our name right though. They misspelled Browns.
That's
They
okay.
did. They did. They get a
You
5.
can always
for me for that
cross it out, cross it out and then put the B, like
The
all
B.
those jerseys, people.
So
You don't think that looked good at midfield?
Sherry, you want it to be the Cleveland Browns?
Yes, that's what this shirt is giving to me.
All right. All right. So, Anthony, you said 5, I believe.
5. Yeah,
Whoa.
let's get a 5. That's been a lot of my watching Browns games throughout my life since '99. So I can't hate too much on it. So I'll give it a 5.
Okay. So the next one comes in, and it said this one's about how the Browns kind of fit within the AFC North division. Let's see what it is.
Hey, who was down here?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
That's the other side of my basement.
Is it really?
It's right over there. Fuck.
I think I saw this basement on the Murder Channel.
Yeah, I'm getting like the Saw horror movie vibes from that one right there for sure.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
He puts the lotion on his
All right. So Anthony, what would you rate this one?
I'll give it a 5 too.
5. All right.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Jerry.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
You see that on the side of a beer mug, like the $7 beer cups you buy, the plastic
Yeah.
cups? That look good.
Make the dog ass to even like the Browns. We love the Browns, but
That's why we make fun of them because we
I
love
moved to Cleveland for the Browns. Of course, I like the Browns. Yeah.
We're allowed to make fun of them.
you got to make fun of them a little bit, right?
right.
Okay. And then I think there's one final submission. This one just said that Cleveland, driving around in Cleveland, it's kind of a pain. So with that, let's see what we think. So, looks like it's a mastiff coming out of a pothole.
Is that sent in from Ed in Columbus?
He does have an obsession.
Oh, man.
All right. So Anthony, where are you at in this one?
You know what? This one's probably gonna get like a 3 from me, man. You got the dog. Being out here in Cleveland, I did not realize how bad the pothole problem really was. And I will say, this is a little side note too, but man, that dead man's curve is not a joke. I'm a safe driver, so I didn't hit that thing going 60 miles per hour, but yeah, those potholes are no joke, man. So this is very reminiscent, and you got the dog in it, so this one gets a 3 from me for sure.
All right. Now, Sherry, you're a fan of dogs. You love dogs. So
Yes.
Where's your head on this one?
You okay over there, Andy?
Yeah, I'm really good.
I'm going to give it a 1.
Whoa.
Nice.
Wow.
And why?
Any
Because they
particular-
still didn't fix that giant sinkhole downtown yet. So I'm going to start throwing dogs into it.
What? That's cruel.
No, I'll carabine them. They'll get little harnesses and treats.
Okay, well, it sounds like based on your judging, your vote would be for the pothole with the dog in it. But let's make it official. What was your favorite of the 5 logos that the fans submitted to the dog show?
My favorite? The big pile of poo.
Yeah, the heartburn hot dog was mine.
You just got hungry. That's all.
Yeah, it was the pothole one for me.
All right. Well, it's a tie, so we're gonna settle this on Twitter tomorrow when we post this out.
See
Everyone,
what's,
please go vote. And yeah, we'll see what the next logo of the Cleveland Browns is gonna be, because it can't be those lame dogs, those cartoony looking dogs. Anyway, well, I think we're
Probably.
real, huh? It's probably time to say goodnight.
Do I
Yeah.
tell people
Before you guys
goodbye?
go, though, I need to ask everyone in this room a question.
Sure.
Because I need to ask everyone here a question. Your favorite Browns game, whether you saw it live or was on TV. I just want to talk a little vintage Browns real quick. What's everyone's here's favorite game you saw, whether it was on TV or live in person?
Sherry, we'll start with you.
The night the victory fridge is open.
Oh, that Jets game was
Oh,
good.
what a great!
Yeah, I was there for that one, and so many happy tears. Like, I haven't seen so many like happy people, not just because they were getting free swill, but because you could tell the fan base, the love and the excitement and the passion, like finally. So that was, in my opinion, that's the best game I've ever been to.
All right. Yeah, I think for me, like, it's got to be the game against the Atlanta Falcons, I believe, when Run Willie Run happened there, and
I saw that one live on TV back west, man. That was what a game! What a
walking
game.
like to the car looking for updates with the game. Like the Green Bay Packers had to lose or win, something like that. Yeah, it was just the Browns executed when they absolutely had to. Amazingly, you felt so good about that, and then when it felt like it could be taken away, like fate intervened and allowed the Browns to go to the playoffs. That was like the best feeling I think I've ever had walking to my car from a Browns game. Didn't feel like a walk of shame. It felt like I was strutting like a peacock. It was awesome. Yeah, but for me, that's number one. There's a bunch of other games I loved, but that's Ross.
Nice.
Yeah, so I would say the one Sherry said, I was at that game as well. It was my first year of season tickets. Baker making his start. It was awesome. But just an honorable mention, I guess, because that is my number one. I think it was 2008 when we were on our losing streak against the Steelers. We finally beat them, and it was like negative 10 degrees out. And I got tickets to go to that game, and Josh Cribbs literally won the game for us. That was great because it ended a losing streak. It was shitty weather, but that's what it's all about. It was just a great experience.
Hell yeah.
He took over that game. We were in the dog pound. We had the most annoying Steeler fans behind us talking so much shit, and it was so hilarious when things started going in our favor. They got quiet. They got very quiet. Love it. I can't wait for the Steeler fans to get quiet when Kenny Pickett's hand size causes them to continue to be irrelevant. Roger.
Man, my first Browns player's name I knew was Brian Sipe because I remember my dad and my grandfather and one of my uncles in our living room watching the first game where he came in and replaced Mike Phipps. I ran away from home because my mother wouldn't let me go to Red Right 88 game. My uncle had an extra ticket. She said it was too cold. I was 11. So I ran away from home to my grandmother's house on the next street. I drank Jack Daniels with a bum, me and my buddies, on the Friday night before the drive game because they had a big party. They had a stage on Playhouse or on Public Square in a blizzard, and we're drinking Jack Daniels in the turnstile doors of the Stouffer Hotel with a homeless guy, and we're partying with Browns fans in a blizzard on Public Square. But I think my best Browns game, I went to the double overtime Jets game. But I was 18 years old, and I promised my boss that I worked at a grocery store, Rigo's on 116th. I promised after the game ended, I would come back to work and stock the milk shelves. I was the dairy guy. And I left at the end of regulation of that game. It was the last time I've ever been responsible on a job at work. A responsible employee. But I left the game. I took a bus, and the bus driver had a transistor radio, and I'm going down Clifton to get back to Rigo's on 116th, and I'm listening to the game to overtime with the bus driver. Then I get in the store, and it's over the PA system at the Rigo's on 116th. And I think that was just that experience of leaving the game because I had to get to work, and I was pissed off I had to leave, and riding on the bus and listening to it on the radio and getting to the store to hear the end of it, and we won was just it was just, I don't know, one of the memories just stands out in my head is, that I actually was dumb enough to leave that game.
Wow.
I feel it.
Anthony.
So I'm going to give two. I'm going to give one because I wasn't raised here, and I'm going to give one for live. So my favorite live game I got to go to was this past season, the Buccaneers game, when I thought it was all over and Njoku catches that crazy one-handed touchdown. I've never felt so many emotions because a lot of people don't remember Amari dropped that pass in the third or fourth quarter. Easy catch, he dropped it. I thought our season was over. Defense stepped it up. Fourth down, Brissett throws it. I'm in the dog pound. The play's happening at the other end of the stadium. I see this ball go up in the air, and I just see it go down out of nowhere. I see the fans on the other end of the stadium just lose their shit. And I say, no, he did not just catch this. And I realize, I'm like, oh, my God. And then we win it in overtime. Amazing. As far as game I watched on TV, it had to have been the comeback against the Titans when we had Brian Hoyer and Travis Benjamin. We were down, and I remember I was working in Seattle at the time, and I remember I would come home every weekend to visit with family and friends. Almost left at halftime because we were getting our asses kicked. I stayed, watched that whole game. What a great feeling that was to come back in that game with a team that was considered so mediocre. Mike Penn as the head coach, Brian Hoyer, Travis Benjamin. What a hell of a comeback of the game that was. So that had to be another one for me for sure.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And most other fan bases, their best memories are playoff games and shit.
Yeah.
Give us one more decade, bro. We're gonna change it up for sure. But those are two games where I think I've really felt so many lows and highs, and those are two memorable games for me for sure.
Yeah.
And Ross and I were at that game against the Buccaneers, and yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah,
Oh,
Ross,
yeah.
blast that day. Thank you for extending the invite. All right, well, that's a wrap for this week's
Yeah.
episode of the Talk Jug. I'm gonna go throw up a whole bunch, but I want to thank Roger for only sipping once. That's a vast improvement on what you usually do. I appreciate it. And Ross, thank you for braving you should be in a hospital bed, but you came on the Dog Jug, and
Right.
I so appreciate that. Your commitment is excellent. Sherry, thank you for one of the funniest spits I've ever heard on the Dog Jug, because that was incredible. We got to make it a chuggy. You always do an amazing spit, but then somehow you managed to one-up yourself, which is
Yes.
that's why we keep having you on. Ed, take some notes, because you just got to get funnier. Like, just improve on what you did last week. Sherry understands that. Why don't you? Most importantly, Anthony, thank you for coming on our dumb show. We so appreciate it.
No.
Anyone that just loves this team, not because they're born here, but because they just understand why this team is a little bit different, because they were indoctrinated at a very young age playing Tech Mobile. That gives us all hope, because we all think we're it's locked in our DNA and we have to root for this horrible team. And it's like, why are we doing this? Are we masochists? Very horrible. Like, should I call a dominatrix to kick me in the balls so they can get out whatever poison I need to get out, instead of watching this dumb team? But knowing that you are a fan from afar that just understands the energy of this team is fantastic. So I so appreciate that. Can't wait till you come on again, and can't wait to drink a beer with you and the dog in the Muni lot for $180, whatever it costs. And then most importantly, the fans, you continue to watch our nonsense, but we have fun. I hope you're having fun. So with that, keep chugging and go Browns.
Go Browns.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.